The story begins on a rainy night in the ominously named Forest of Death. A terrible scream echoes through the trees as a man clutches the bloody hole where his eye used to be. A hooded figure cackles at the sight, remarking that the Empire must truly be in decline if even someone like Glenn could defeat one of its best heroes. Glenn doesn't take kindly to the backhanded compliment, but the man missing his eye takes it even worse. He confronts the hooded men, demanding to know why they would betray their comrades. A joker among them surveys the bodies nearby and commends the fallen hero and his allies for completing their difficult sealing mission with just 4 people. However, now that the hard work is done, they must die so that the rest of the group can take the credit. With one final cry, the betrayed hero is cut down and the rest is history. Years later, we arrive in Rildia. One such wagon hides a young girl, nervous but excited. Soon, she will cross the border and reach the land of the 7 heroes, a place of peace and legend. Within the city, the warrior monk Raj delivers a speech. Though it pains him, he must oversee today's execution of stowaways. As the prisoners are strung up and cruelly executed, Raj reminds the crowd that only those with lawful travel passes from his monastery may cross the border. Any who attempt to sneak in will meet the same fate as those hanging above. Nearby, a mysterious one-eyed man watches in disgust. The girl in the wagon is discovered and dragged before the monks accused of being a stowaway. Raj, irritated that the previous executions haven't even been cleaned up yet, orders her to be dealt with swiftly. Just as her hopes seem lost, a stranger appears, calling her Peppy and scolding her for getting into trouble. He drags her away like an annoyed older sibling, claiming she's his sister. The monks don't believe him, and Raj prepares to add 2 more to the day's executions. Peppy panics, and the stranger reaches for his sword. But before the situation escalates, a pair of strong hands lift them both off the ground. The one-eyed man intervenes, spinning a quick lie before slipping Raj a small bribe. The gleam of gold changes Raj's tune instantly, and he suddenly sees the virtue in these 2 young souls. One of the monks protests, but Raj silences him. The 3 escape before further trouble arises. By the canal, Peppa thanks the one-eyed man for saving her, only to get a thump on the head from the stranger, who reveals he was in a wagon right behind hers. Her actions nearly ruined his plan. She fires back, pointing out that he would have been captured too if not for their rescuer. The one-eyed man warns them both to stop playing around and turn back. He pats the stranger on the head like a child and tells him sneaking across the border is impossible. He only has a chance because he paid his smuggler a hefty sum. The stranger, now nicknamed Little Hero, bristles at the comparison to the 7 great heroes, declaring that it makes him sick. The one-eyed man, uninterested in tantrums, prepares to leave, but the stranger stops him, intrigued by the mention of a smuggler. Peppy, too, is desperate, revealing that she has nothing and no one to return to. Suddenly, the stranger's ears twitch. 13 armed monks are approaching fast. Without warning, he picks up Peppy and tosses her into the canal. Moments later, the monks arrive, having caught wind of the bribe and wanting a cut of the fortune. The one-eyed man, unimpressed, points out the corruption in the monastery. Gold determines one's virtue in their holy order. The monks don't care for his insight and prepare to kill both men and steal their wealth. One charges forward, but before he can strike, the stranger effortlessly cuts him down. The one-eyed man watches in disbelief as the supposed little hero tears through the monks with shocking ease. Once the fight is over, the stranger dumps the bodies into the canal, where a furious and soaked Pepper resurfaces downstream. Impressed, the one-eyed man introduces himself as Weed and asks the stranger to join him. The stranger strikes a pose and announces his name, Coin. Peppa tries to introduce herself, but Coin cuts her off, urging her to hurry. Their journey takes them beneath the city through forgotten ruins. Weed explains that this was once a fortress belonging to Wishtek, but is now home to vagrants and monsters. They arrive at a shady tavern where a smuggler awaits, a beautiful, scantily clad woman who seems amused by Weed's new companions. Though she initially agrees to their deal, Weed's recent bribe has left him short on funds. The smuggler sighs but lets it slide, admitting that Coin reminds her of someone she once knew. She then reveals that the 7 heroes will soon be encamped nearby at a place called Thousand Spears. The revelation changes Coin's mind instantly. This is his chance to see the heroes up close. Meanwhile, Raj looks over the sea with disdain, burning with religious fervor. Tonight, someone will pay. Soon, word reaches the smuggler that the monks are storming the tavern. Raj, ever the dramatic orator, accuses her of smuggling and produces a small, trembling man as a witness. The informant exposes her crimes, expecting mercy, only to be swiftly executed. Raj then orders the arrest of everyone inside and chaos erupts. Wee fights back but is overwhelmed. Raj captures Peppy and begins squeezing the life out of her. Wee desperately looks around, wondering where the hell Coin has gone. Just then, Coin makes a grand entrance, cutting the ropes of a suspended boat and riding it down onto the monks' heads. Raj, unnerved, name drops his boss, Landgrave. Coin's response is simple: bring it on. The monks stand no chance as he carves through them. Raj, realizing he's doomed, flees into the night. Our heroes escape into the underground ruins, aiming for the smuggler's ship, but their path is blocked by a monstrous creature, one that took the smuggler's friend years ago. Coin attacks, but the beast swats him away, sending him crashing through the ceiling. The smuggler panics, believing him dead, and Weed finds himself facing the creature alone. Using his unique weapons, he cracks the monster's armor, but it learns his tricks and slams him into the wall. Just as all hope seems lost, a strange light begins to shine. Coin, now fully rejuvenated, lands atop the monster's head. With a single perfect slash, he brings his blade down. The beast scoffs until its head erupts in a geyser of blood. Coin tells Weed to stop fooling around. They're in a rush. Before they can celebrate, a flash of light scorches the battlefield. Raj cackles from the shadows, announcing that all is lost. His secret weapon, the powerful mage Gratz, has arrived. The battle is far from over.
In a magical world where unique skills are granted by consuming fruits of the ancestral tree, two childhood friends, Lena and Light, embark on their long-awaited journey to receive their destined skills. These mysterious fruits are akin to devil fruits from One Piece, but with one key rule. Eating a second fruit results in death. Light dreams of becoming a legendary adventurer, and Lena wishes for the same so they can stay together. With a mix of excitement and nervousness, they step forward to claim their futures. At the church, the sisters distribute the fruits, explaining the rules and warning against the fatal consequences of consuming a second one. First up is Lena. She nervously eats her fruit, and her body radiates with a dazzling light. She has acquired the Sword Saint skill, one of the rarest and most powerful abilities, marking her as a chosen one. The church immediately notifies the guild, and Lena is summoned to the Holy Capital to fulfill her destiny. Then it's Light's turn. Hoping for a combat skill, he takes a bite of his fruit. However, his heart sinks as he gains the Fruit Master skill, an ability related to farming and cultivating fruits. It's the opposite of what he wished for. Though disheartened, Lena promises to stay with him. But the sisters and the Empire insist she must leave immediately for the capital to train as the next Sword Saint. Reluctantly, she departs, leaving Light behind. 3 months later, Light has resigned himself to life as a fruit farmer, using his skill to grow and sell fruits at the market. He trains daily in the woods, clinging to the dream of one day catching up to Lena. Meanwhile, Lena has become a rising star in the capital, earning S-rank adventurer status and widespread fame. Light's only solace comes from Isa, an orphan the village chief brought to him. She helps him with the farm and makes his days a little brighter. However, tragedy strikes when Isa unknowingly uses the skill fruits from Light's separate stash to prepare dinner. Unaware of the danger, Light eats the meal and collapses. He remembers the fatal consequence of consuming a second skill fruit, but does not blame Isa for the mistake. To everyone's shock, Light survives. Not only does he recover, but he also gains a new skill, Sword God, which drastically enhances his attack power, magic